My name is Doug Harris, CEO of Kaleidoscope Group. Very excited to be talking to you during this month where we celebrate African American or Black History Month. The way in which I'd like to share, because this has been celebrated for many years, I want to bring in the concept of kind of maximizing our history. Maximizing our history. So we have a rich history with a lot in it, challenges, failures, successes, overcoming, inventions, you name it. It's in our history. How do we approach this personally in a way where we maximize our history versus just kind of knowing our history? And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set out 5 terms or 5 stages of maximizing our history. So the first stage is knowing our history. The second stage is embracing our history. The third stage is personalizing our history. The fourth stage is acting on our history. And then the fifth stage is achieving on our history. So it's knowing, embracing, personalizing, acting, and achieving. So many times you've often heard, if you don't know where you've been, you don't know where you're going. It's just important to know our history and know our history in the way of all the various things that have taken place that makes us who we are today, what we have been through, all of those things. But it's important to know our history to have an understanding of what has happened. And so many times when you don't know your history, there's a lot of lack of clarity around the foundation of who you are. Then the second piece is to not just know it, but to embrace it. To really begin to think around, what does this mean? Why was this important? What was going on at that time? So that we really begin to embrace that history. And then thirdly is to personalize our history, because each of us have different goals, dreams, aspirations of what we want to do. And so if you want to be an inventor, understand who the inventors were. Want to be a politician, understand who the politicians were. So there's general history, which can teach you, but personalize it and connect it kind of to where you are and what you want to do. And then this next one is the big one, because most times history becomes just a mindset drop, but we don't act on it. So know your personal framework. If there's a courage challenge that you're dealing with, go study some courageous people. If there's some understanding how to work the system challenges you're dealing with, go study some courageous people or people who learned how to work the system. Things have happened, people have been up against odds and overcome them. So personalize it so you know what things you can learn from our history to be all you can be. And then act on it. Now it's time to act on it. You create your plan. Here's kind of some of my dreams, aspirations. What might I do differently? What might I learn from my history? What insight might it give me to take different actions to get where I want to be in life? And then the last one is achieve through our history. One of the things when I look at my history, I can't really see any difficulty in life that I can't overcome. I was interviewed, someone said, Doug, what are your issues? I said, I have no issues. Because if something comes up as a problem, I address it right then and there, so it never gets to the stage of being an issue. And a lot of that framework comes from my history. History of my parents, history of people who've overcome slavery. It's like, what am I crying about? And here's the key to our history. In our history, people achieve not for self-gain, but for the betterment of all. If I was born 10 times, I'd want to be Black 10 times. Because there's an unselfish component of our nature that we look out for others. That's just who we are. My old man used to tell me personal success has minimal meaning when people around you are failing. So don't just take that history to gain something yourself, but be an example. Each and every one of us set the tone for the next person coming. Every single day, we set the tone. So take our history, live it today, be somebody, achieve something, and take this world to another place. Again, my name is Doug Harris, CEO of the Kaleidoscope Group. I love my Blackness, and because I love myself, it's easy for me to let you love yourself. Yeah, y'all pick that one up when y'all get home. We're going to be doing a series around this Black history and maximizing it. And we're going to be talking about how do you maximize it in your family, maximize it in your workplace, and then maximize it in society and the community overall. Thank you for listening. I look forward to you participating in this series around maximizing our history. Doug Harris, CEO of Kaleidoscope Group.